Hi, this is episode 28 of Crondos. I'm your host, Jordan Hudgens. I'm a Ruby dev and the CTO of the DevCamp platform. On Wednesdays, I like to cover a random topic that applies to developers, and today I'm going to discuss the idea of following your passion. I hear this term and this advice quite often, you probably do as well. And I'm not a fan of taking things at face value, so I wanted to look at the concept and review it here. At a high level, the advice centers around the idea that if you work in a field that you truly love, that you'll be happy. Many people point to Steve Jobs' Stanford commencement speech when he says, and most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. As proof that everyone should spend their lives following their passions and to make a career of doing something that they love, that's kind of the advice I try to follow. In researching this, I came across Cal Eldred's book, So Good They Can't Ignore You, where he took a deep look at Steve Jobs' life, and he actually shows that if Jobs would have followed his passions, he never would have started Apple. Instead, he would have become a Buddhist monk living in Asia. Jobs started Apple for the practical reason that he saw a way to make some quick money selling a set of computers to a local electronics and hobby store, and that sale is what sparked his interest in technology. So it seems like following your passions just by itself isn't really a cut and dry process. You can't really just say, oh, I just want to do what I love and expect everything to work out. My advice is not to ignore your passions, but instead to use them in order to build a career that you truly love and you can excel in. Sticking with the Steve Jobs example, one of the other passions Jobs had was calligraphy, which is essentially fancy handwriting, if you've never seen it before. When creating the user interface for Apple's operating system, Jobs leveraged his extensive expertise in calligraphy to integrate fonts into the programs, and that's the reason why our computers have fonts. Here's an example of Jobs combining his passions with a practical implementation in his work. As developers, we're in a unique position where we can work in a wide assortment of industries. If you love sports, you can work for a professional sports team. Or if entertainment is your thing, then you can work for a media company. The possibilities are really endless. One of my biggest passions personally is baseball. I grew up around the game and I love everything about it. I wasn't skilled enough to play professionally. However, right now, I'm working towards my PhD in computer science, and the topic of my research is big data analysis in baseball. It wouldn't have been practical for me to waste who knows how many years trying to make it as a professional baseball player. However, I can leverage my skill as a developer and still perform work that I truly love to do. I've also had the privilege of having multiple clients that are in the sports industry, which has allowed me to work in the sector that I'm really passionate about while still leveraging the skills that I actually have as a developer. Hopefully my research and personal experiences can help you decide on whether or not following your passions is the right decision, or if there's a middle ground that would lead you to a better result.